Chapter 1 Dead. The god of death bows his head before those who chant and listen to the names of God. Kripalu Maharaj. Don't ever say die. Never, never, never say die. Black Sabbath. Never say die. On June 19th, 2013, I was killed. Dead in the street, mangled, bloody, shattered, and dead. Life can go from light to dark in an instant. Sorry, I can't, my love of life girlfriend tells me when I call and ask her to take a walk with me in the park. I got too much to do before I clock in at work. It's cool, just thought I'd ask. Too nice a day to waste. Well, I know you'll enjoy the walk on your own. It is a nice day. Can't, I add. I confess, I don't have shoes to walk in, and part of my reason for inviting you to join me was so that you'd bring over my shoes and some shorts. Ah, the truth is revealed, she says with a giggle that makes me miss her even more. I'll skip the walk and scoot over to the clinic for my overdue physical. It's better than sitting here counting ceiling tiles to pass the time. A harmony of okays and I love yous, and our conversation ends. I'm blessed. The private counseling practice I started from nothing now had grown to the point where I could afford a sweet corner office in a building overlooking a park in a peaceful suburban LA neighborhood. I'm booked pretty solid back-to-back every day, all day, serving a middle-class community as a specialist in crisis, addiction, and behavioral disorders. I advocate strictly cognitive strategies as I wage a quiet back-end war against the overprescribing medical empire. Blessed. Mid-40s, fit, a single father who is close with his son, a recent high school graduate, and a partner with whom I have a magically romantic connection. We just celebrated our 10th anniversary with a trip to India and Nepal. In 9 days, we would celebrate my 48th birthday, probably with a simple meal out or a sexy evening in, or both. I live an unconventional life. My partner and I live a block apart, having chosen to reject the blended family option to avoid subjecting my only son and her son and daughter to the dysfunction of blending a family during the critical teen years. We will both be empty nesters in a few years. My counseling career had begun 8 years ago after I awoke one day and found I could no longer stomach my job in commercial contracting. So I did a 180, risked it all, and started saving people from dysfunction as a private counselor. Life can go from light to dark in an instant. I expect a client or two to reschedule here and there, but never once have I had 3 clients rescheduled on the same day. All 3 appointments were back to back, and my clients all texted me to say they couldn't make their appointment within the span of 10 minutes. Suddenly, I realized I had 4 hours to kill. I had no backup work with me since I was booked solid all day, and I had ridden my motorbike to work, so I had no change of shoes for a hike up the hill in the lovely park my corner office overlooked. If only 1 or 2 clients rescheduled, I would have remained in my office for the day. Most days, I drive my car to the office. Once or twice a week, I ride my MP3 motorbike, an unusual 500cc scooter from Italy. To avoid wrinkling my office clothes, I change into track pants and a t-shirt and don my riding gear over them to ride up the boulevard to the local clinic for an overdue physical. I'm healthy as a bull, but the research I was doing for my next book had some risks, so I thought it best to check the stats. I exit the parking garage on my motorcycle and turn right instead of my usual left. In the several years I've worked at that office, I had never exited by turning right instead of left. The right turn leads to a road with traffic and stoplights, while the left turn leads to a quiet side street into town. To this day, I do not and never will know why I turned right instead of left on that particular day, but I did. 2 blocks away, I paused at a stoplight to turn left. I am alone in the left turn lane. No one is behind or in front of me. A green arrow lights up, giving me exclusive right-of-way to turn. I ease out to turn, and an oncoming driver in a full-size SUV barrels through the red light and hits me in the face, killing me instantly. Killed, dead in the street, mangled, bloody, shattered, and dead. Life had gone from light to dark in an instant. On the southeast corner, there was a man on his cell phone. He was waiting outside a tire shop for his daughter's car to be completed. He had rearranged his plans for the day to help her at the last minute. He ran to the accident scene as onlookers shouted at him, "Leave him alone, don't touch him, help is on the way." Pastor Tom ignored their pleas. He felt certain God had put him in that place at that time for a reason. He crouched to the ground, put his hands over the accident victim's arms, and dragged him from the undercarriage of the vehicle. The body was bleeding from his head, nose, mouth, and eyes. His cycle helmet strap was stretched across his throat, causing deep red grooves. Pastor Tom undid the strap and released the helmet. It was too late. The body was not breathing. There was no heartbeat. Pastor Tom began to administer the last rites to the man's soul. Go forth from this world in the name of God, the Almighty Father who created you. 50 yards away, 45 meters, 2 paramedics are in front of a fast food drive-thru waiting on their burgers. The 2 emergency medical responders see the accident occur and are on the scene in moments, bringing my body back to life. If they had wanted tacos instead of burgers that day, I would not be here. If they had been in the back of that drive-thru line, I would not be here.